Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to June's round of Jurassic TBR. Hey everybody, how's it going? If you don't know me, I'm Teresa, and if you're new here, this is my TBR game that I play every month in order to help me pick my books. This is a TBR game that I created based around the franchises of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. I will start out this video by saying that the sound quality might not be great. I'm like, take a breath, because I'm very frustrated today. I cannot find the little piece that goes into my phone that connects my microphone to the phone. You know? No idea what I did with it. My last TBR video I filmed, I couldn't find the correct microphone, and now I can't find the piece to put in the phone. I got the microphone, but I don't have the piece. It's been a time, y'all. I'm just frustrated. I'm so frustrated, so I apologize if that comes out in this video. I will try to not let that affect this video, but the sound might not be the best. I am outside. If you can see behind me, I'm outside, and I was like, oh, it'd be so great to film June's video outside, and then I'm like, I don't have a freaking microphone that works right now, and so you might be hearing the outside noises more than you're hearing me. Yeah, I apologize for that. Also, if you hear a weird crunching noise, my dog is chewing on a bottle, so there's that. The crows are going crazy, the wind is blowing. I mean, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. It is a beautiful day. I'm just a little frustrated with everything. So I'm gonna take a breath and we're gonna get through this video because I just need to get videos out. I just need to. Okay, so here's my game, and this is Jurassic TBR. I start here, I follow the footprints, I end up there. And the only really rule of this game is that to escape, I have to roll the exact number on the dice, but I only do that one time. So if I am here, I have to roll a 1, 2, 3. If I do not roll a 3, I go backwards the amount of spaces on the dice. If I roll a 2, I go back 2. If I roll a 6, I go back 6, right? After I do my backwards roll, then I can just roll as many times. I could land here and roll a 6, and I would get out just fine. Other things is green correlates to Mr. TBR cards, red correlates to the Jurassic cards, black is thriller, white is owned TBR, yellow is fantasy, and the only exception to the white is here with a non-fiction square, which just means I pull off of my non-fiction shelf. Okay, I swear it's like everyone knew that I was going to be filming, and they're like, let's make the most noise possible right now. Hi, baby. Hi. So if you guys have never seen my game before, I will link all of the information you need to know down below. Check out my playlist. It's fairly self-explanatory. So for this year, I'm implementing a new rule where instead of playing the entire game all the way through, I roll 4 times a month, and then wherever I land, if I don't escape, is where I start next month's game. So last month, in the month of May, we landed right here on this green footprint. That is where I will be starting. June is going to be a crazy month for me, both in my reading life and in my personal life. I will be traveling for a lot of the month of June, which means I will not necessarily be able to read as much as I prefer, because while I do listen to audiobooks when I'm actually on the road, when I am visiting my fiance, which is what I will be doing at least twice during the month, I don't get a lot of reading done when I'm with him. That is just because we are together and we are long distance. If you guys don't know, we live about 8 hours apart. And so when I see him, it's not that often, and we want to spend as much time together as possible. So I normally don't get any reading done when I'm with him, but I'm usually able to get at least a book read on the way to him and on the way home. So yeah, I know I'm gonna be there at least twice. It's gonna be a crazy month. And also on top of that, it is also the amazing Readathon, which is a readathon that I've participated in every single year since it started. First year I was Team Red, and I believe we won. Second year I was Team Spooky. I think we came in 2nd place. Third year I was Team... Is this the 4th or the 5th year? Oh, I think this is the fourth. I think this is, yeah, I think that's correct. So Red, Spooky, Legend Keepers, or Lore Keepers. And we won, and now I'm on Team Allianz, which is the catchphrase of the 10th Doctor, David Tennant, Doctor Who. This readathon this year, Brie, who hosts it, Brie from Four Paws in a Book, is going overboard this year and is a Doctor Who themed readathon. Now, you don't need to know anything about Doctor Who in order to participate. It's more just the lore behind the readathon, and really just a way for us to be able to travel to these different places. Right? To these different places in time and history and different worlds. It's just how this works. So, but I'm so excited because David Tennant, the 10th Doctor, he will always be my doctor. I love him so much. And honestly, I remember that I boycotted the show for a while. Once he left, I was so mad. And I'm really not a Matt Smith fan, which might be blasphemous to some of you, but he's not my favorite. So I'm on Team Alonzi, which is hosted by Leandra from the TBR 0. And of course I had to join her team. Like, I kind of knew I was going to join her team no matter what. It just happened that her team was also the team I wanted. So like, it worked out perfectly. And it's also being hosted by Monica from On Monica's Shelves. Those are our team shelves. What am I saying? Those are our team leaders. So I'm very excited. I usually get a whole heck of a lot done in June. For the past 4 years, like I said, I participated in it. It usually allows me to come very close to, or like June is the reason why I'm able to complete my reading goal every year. I believe this year I have the goal of reading 126 books maybe. I can't quite remember exactly, but that's my goal. And so far I've been really behind because I've not had the best reading year, and I'm really hoping June will make it better. And I have a really stressful event basically happening at the end of June that I'm really nervous about. So if y'all would pray for me, I would very much appreciate it. Just pray that like everything works out in my favor, because yeah, it's a pretty big deal and I need it to work out in my favor. Okay, all of that said, guys, rambling for too long, why don't we just go play the game, because that's what you're all here for anyways, is for the game, right? So let's go play. One more thing though before we get started. I forgot to mention that the team bonus for Alonzi is comfort read, and comfort read can mean anything to anybody. It's how you personally interpret it, what is comforting to you. So to me, books that are comforting, believe it or not, a lot of times are thrillers. And not that like I feel comforted by these genres or by thrillers, it's just that is my comfort genre. I go to thrillers. Thrillers are kind of my thing, right? Also fantasy, those are my comfort genres, and the genres that I just can fall back on when I know I'm not in a, like, if I had a reading slump, I pick up a thriller, I pick up a fantasy. So I'm gonna try and make every book I can fit within either a thriller or a fantasy. I mean, who knows what the board is gonna pick for me, so it might not let me do that. And to be 100% honest, I completely forgot to look at the prompts for the readathon. So I won't be able to match the books for this to the readathon beforehand. I'm hoping that whatever I pick will just also happen to fit that. But if not, we also have sightseeing prompts. Also guys, if you're interested in participating in the amazing readathon, Brie is doing a non-competitive team again this year. So if you want to participate, but you're like, I just want to check it out, or I really cannot be competitive, which I probably should have done considering I'm going to be traveling and have so much stressful stuff happening in June. Oh, there's a hawk. Well, that was an exciting turn of events. My neighbor across the street has a ton of chickens. So while hawks are always really cool to see, I'm kind of glad the crows are scaring it away, because it means his chickens are safe. I don't think he's lost a chicken to a crow. What? I don't think he's lost a chicken to a hawk, because he does have like turkeys and stuff like that. Forgot what I was talking about. join the Amazing Readathon or TAR. It is so much fun. You will not be disappointed. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into gameplay. Hello and welcome back to Jurassic TBR. I am starting out on this green footprint with Dr. Ellie Sattler, and she is going to help me escape the game. Now, I've already done my backward rolls last month, so that means I just get to move forward as many rolls as the dice will take me until I escape the game. This month, I have decided to use a 6-sided die. I think that will just give more interesting gameplay and maybe make the game last a little bit longer, considering I'm only rolling 4 rolls per game. I could not find my little dino dice, but I have this really pretty red and black dice that I'm gonna try out. So let's go ahead and roll for roll number 1. Roll number 1. Roll number 1 is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yellow, which is fantasy. I rolled a 4, which landed me on fantasy. As I said, fantasy is a comfort to me. And also, I very specifically chose this book because this author is a comfort author, because he is one of my favorite authors of all time, and that is Outlaw by Ted Dekker. Ted Dekker is one of my favorite authors. He is the author that really made me fall in love with the more darker themed books and just kind of get into more epic stories. Yeah, I love his books. I do want to do a reread of all of his books and finish his canon, because I have not read all of his canon. This is not a reread for me. So, Outlaw, this one, to my understanding, is fantasy, but it's kind of like a fantasy thriller. So it once again works out perfectly. Whether or not this is gonna fit for any of the prompts, who knows? We have sightseeing prompts. I don't know if I was mentioning that when the crows came, but anyways. This is about a man named Julian Carter and his precious 2-year-old son, Stephen, who left Atlanta, Georgia, and found themselves on a white sailboat tossed about like a cork on a raging sea off the Australian's northern tip in 1963. And he ended up going into the jungle and being taken as a slave by a savage tribe unknown to the world, and a lot of dark things happened in this place. His mind was torn in two by the gods of the earth. There, one life ended, another could begin. My name is Julian, and this is my story, but more it is the story of my son who was born to change the world. And an interesting thing about Ted Dekker is he actually grew up in the jungles of Indonesia. His parents were missionaries to a tribe of cannibals, like actually real life cannibals, in Indonesia. And so he grew up in the jungles, and I'm pretty sure he saw some pretty dark things. And this is kind of like him taking some of that inspiration from his childhood and putting it into this book. So I am very, very excited about this. But this is, as far as I understand it, is a fantasy. If this is not fantasy, and I think it's more fantasy in the sense of like there's spiritual warfare and that type of thing. So if there is not fantastical elements in this, I will pick a different book for this prompt. But this is what I'm picking as of right now, Outlaw by Ted Dekker. Let's go ahead and roll for roll number 2. Roll number 2 is a 2. 1, 2. Black, which is thriller. A 2. We got a 2. Will we escape the game this month? Who knows? All right, but that landed me on a thriller, a black footprint, which is a thriller. And for that, I'm choosing The Dry by Jane Harper. This is I guess another book in Australia. This is by an Australian author. I've wanted to read this for a very long time. It's about a man who is a federal agent, and he goes back to his like hometown, and there is some kind of, I think it's a murder mystery. Yes, his childhood best friend is dead and his entire family murdered. Then he gets a note, Luke lied, you lied, be at the funeral. So somehow he is intertwined in the mystery of his best friend's death. And this is also taking place in Australia during a massive drought. So things are obviously not going to go well for our main character. Alex Falk, I believe, is his name. So yeah, I'm excited for this. I've had this on my TBR for a little bit. Like, I feel like it's a perfect summer read because it's dealing with a drought, and we actually are, even though it's very green behind me, we actually legit are dealing with a drought here in Oregon, and they're predicting that we might go into a pretty bad drought into the summer months, which is not good because wildfires are a thing. So yeah, we need more rain. But anyways, The Dry, a thriller set in Australia, twisted secrets, reluctant return home. I'm excited for this one too. Let's go ahead and roll for roll number 3. Roll number 3. Roll number 3 is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Green Mr. TBR card. Okay, Mr. TBR card, pulling off the top. Continue a series. We got the biggest number possible this time. We got a 6. I kind of like the fact that I switched to a 6-sided. I've been thinking about it for a while. I think especially that I'm only doing 4 rolls a month. It is actually helpful to have a 6 instead of like an 8 or a 10. I think it gives more interesting gameplay. Anyways, as you guys saw, I landed on a Mr. TBR card, and that picked Continue a Series, and this is perfect. I had the perfect book for this. For Continue a Series, I'm gonna go with Force of Nature by Jane Harper, which is the sequel to The Dry. Now, this is continuing a series because this is actually a trilogy, so this will work for continue. And this is just another story in the Aaron Falk mystery series. I don't know anything about this, nor do I want to, because I am a little bit afraid by reading the back of this, it might spoiler some stuff for the front, or for the first. I cannot today, guys. I'm having difficulties. Technical difficulties. I'm so sorry. I can't even say that word. Force of Nature. I don't know anything about it other than that is the sequel to The Dry. Hopefully I like The Dry. Hopefully I do, because that would really impact this. If I don't, then I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out what I want to do. But yeah, I know nothing, and I'm not gonna look at the back. We're just going with that. And that's what I'm gonna be reading for continuous series. So fingers crossed I actually like this series. If I don't, obviously I'll pick another book, but I don't know that yet. So I'll find out. Okay, let's move on to our final roll, which could possibly be escaping the game. Yee! Let's see. Now roll number 4, we might actually escape, guys, because we only need to roll a 3 or higher and we get out of this game. Let's see where the dice are gonna take us. 3 or higher, please. Yep, okay. 1, 2. We did not escape Jurassic TBR, but I landed on a white footprint, which is owned TBR. So that means my TBR jar. Okay, everyone, this is where I ended Jurassic TBR. Next month, we'll be escaping and starting a whole new game. Wish me luck. Oh my gosh. We were so close to escaping, you guys. So close. So you all let me know how you want me to play it next month. Should I just roll and escape and then just pick 4 random books off, you know, in any which way I want? Or should I roll escape and then start a new game right away? Let me know what you want. I don't know what I want to do yet. But yes, I landed on owned TBR, which I always love this one, but this one is also terrifying because it can literally be anything that I own, and I own a lot of things. Okay, so here is my TBR jar, my own TBR jar. And in here we have different colored slips of paper. Each slip of paper represents a different year that I hauled a book. So the kind of pink things are anything hauled before 2020. The green, I gotta try to remember now. Green is anything hauled between 2020 and 2023. Yeah. Blue is 2024. Yellow is 2025. And I don't even know if I can find it. Oh, here we go. There is, I don't even know if you guys will be able to see it. I lost it. Anyways, oh, here we go. That like tan color right there. I don't know how well you can see that. That is anything I've hauled so far this year in 2026. So Yikes. Also, I have not cleaned out this jar since I have done a massive unhaul. If you guys want to watch that unhaul, I will link it above down below. But this jar is not cleaned out, so I might draw a book I've already read. If that's the case, I'll just draw again. So, shake her on up good. Let's open it on up and see what the jar has in store for me today. I really don't know what I'm hoping for. Something small. Something small would be nice, considering I'm going to be traveling. Something that has an audiobook would also be amazing. I don't really care what color I go for, though. We'll see. Let's go for this one. Okay, we got a green, which means anything that was hauled between 2020 and 2023. Oh, I'm a little nervous. Okay, here it is. Here's the green. Let's open it up. Find out what book I'm possibly reading in the month of June. Anatomy, a love story. Okay. I'm not too mad about that. I will be right back. Let me go grab it. Okay, I grabbed it. Anatomy, a love story. Anatomy, a love story. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, which honestly, after I bought it, I was like, I kind of prefer the original better. Because the original one, the only difference is that the cover, instead of a red background, is like a tan background. And I feel like that actually makes the dress heart thing pop more. But alas, this is what I have. And this is by Shauna Swartz. This is another historical fiction. Look at me go. A gothic tale full of mystery and romance. Hazel Sennett is a lady who wants to be a surgeon more than she wants to marry. Jack Carter is a resurrection man who's just trying to survive in a city where it's too easy to die. So this takes place, does it tell me what year? 1817 is, at least that's what the first bit of the book says. So this book is like a gothic historical fiction mystery romance-ish, which maybe will count for comfort. I don't know. Historical fiction I would not count as a comfort read, but mysteries I do. So we'll see how this goes. It'll all depend on how I feel after I read this book. Okay, this is following a young woman who wants to be a medical examiner, but women are not allowed. Women are not allowed back in the day to do anything with medicine, let alone examine dead bodies. And a resurrection man who, if you guys are unfamiliar with what that is, back in the day, people used to basically rob graves and get corpses in order to sell to doctors and universities, illegally of course, for them to be able to practice and do autopsies and study the human body, because at the time it was illegal to do that. Well, I don't know if it was legal, but it was like only certain people. If it was legal, it was only the elite that could. You know what I mean? Like, so it was a lucrative business for these people to rob graves. Graves, guys. What am I even talking about today? Please ignore my speech impediment. I'm so sorry. Rob graves, which of course is a no-no and very dangerous, because if you're caught, you could get in very, very big trouble. And I know that somehow the paths of these two people cross, and they kind of have to help each other out, because I believe that resurrection men have been coming up dead. No, it's just possibly his friends, his fellow resurrectionists have been becoming missing, and there's strange people stalking cemeteries. So I'm hoping that this will give me stalking Jack the Ripper vibes, because I absolutely adored that book and that series. This, I don't think we're following or looking for a serial killer per se, but it kind of gives me the same vibes. It's the same, is it Edwardian time period? I think that's the time period that we're talking about here. Correct me down in the comments if I'm incorrect though, guys. It's YA. It should be a fairly quick read. I'm pretty sure it's available on audiobook, so I'm not mad at it. The jar could have gone, it could have chosen so much worse for me. So yeah, and this one has been on my shelves forever. I got this as a pre-order. It's good that it's getting some older books off my shelves that I was obviously excited for at one point in time, because I pre-ordered it, right? So anyways, that's what I'm going to be reading for this last prompt. And here we have it, y'all. Here are all of the books that I'm going to be, or hoping to be, reading in the month of June. We have Outlaw by Ted Dekker for fantasy, The Dry by Jane Harper for thriller, Force of Nature by Jane Harper for continuous series, and Anatomy, a love story by Dana Swartz for owned physical TBR. These are the books that I will officially be reading in June for my Jurassic TBR. Wish me luck. I'm actually excited about it. The game definitely went in my favor this month, which is nice. I'm really excited for every one of these books. So that's always very, very helpful. And yes, guys, there you have it. Let me know, are you participating in TAR? Let me know if you are, what team you're on, if you're on my team, the best team, if you're gonna do the non-competitive, or if you're on one of the other teams. I think I can forgive you this once, though, for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Wish me luck, as again, I have some pretty important things happening at the end of the month that are going to be incredibly stressful for me. So just pray everything goes in my favor and that I have peace, because it's a lot. But again, I'm excited for the month of June. Summer is coming. I'm going to be traveling. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. I'm just going to say that right now. It's going to be a good time. So thank you again for watching. Make sure to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more by me. And let's go ahead and throw an emoji. Throw a heart emoji. You can either do an anatomical heart for this, or you can do a whatever your favorite color heart is down in the comments below if you just want to let me know you were here. But if you want to comment more and let me know if you've read any of these books, what your thoughts are, how is your day going, let me know all of the things down in the comments below. I love to chat with you all. Thank you so much again for watching this. How many times can I say that? Okay, I'm gonna go now. I will see you all, hopefully see you all in my next video. Bye.